Well, today we're here on the middle of Provo, and this is Jordanelle Reservoir all the way down to Deer Creek Reservoir, and we've got about, I believe there's 14 miles of stream in here. But we're on the middle Provo, which is the tailwater out of Jordanelle Reservoir. The upper Provo comes out of the Uinta Mountains and flows down into Jordanelle Reservoir, so we're on the tailwaters out of the reservoir. And originally, this was a very channelized river, and they've come in and they've fixed this, and they've rebraided the river and taken all the straight sections out and put the curves and bends back in the river. And we're really noticing the change in the fishery. Well, one thing with the fishery, if you double the length of the stream, you automatically double the fishery, and that's the first thing that they did. We're right here on the river, which is about halfway, and we're just going to walk down and fish all the major holes and bends. Got my old truck parked down here at the end of the day, so it's about 10:30 in the morning, and we'll be lucky to come out of there about dark tonight. Anyway, it's a pretty good section.
It's a two-vehicle solution there.
Yeah, well, we could walk all the way down and walk all the way back, but we'd be walking back in the dark, I think. So
yeah, and we're going down. It's easier going down.
Yeah, we're going downhill.
That's downhill.
I think it saves us about 300 feet elevation between here and there.
Oh, we've moved down the stream about a mile or so, and we're fishing a deep run. Dan is working a nymph down this deep run with an indicator. It's surprising that how far you might have to walk to find a really good spot. It's better to pass up a lot of things and come to where the good holes are. The trout are always in the big holes. Dan's got one on there. He's going to get down and go closer to the water so he can land it. We're fishing a bounce rig. That's with the sinker on the bottom and a couple of flies on droppers above, and then with a little float, an indicator float. Now I'm fishing the same hole there. I fished this hole before, so I knew about where to put the cast, and knew about how deep. So pretty dependable spot. I used to have some experience on the river and know what length of leader to use and how much weight and what fly. It surely helps. Almost all the fish in this river are brown trout. There are a few mountain whitefish, but mostly brown trout. Here Dan has another one on here. Notice he's playing it, kind of pulling it to the side out of the current a little bit, kind of get it above him so he can land it. If you try to pull him in from below, it's hard to land him. Just lead it into the net and gently pick it up. There he is. That's a nice brown trout, maybe 14 inches. Release him. Now here Dan is sneaking up on a run here. This is an interesting spot. You've got two currents, and there's on the edge of that heavier current, it's kind of a seam. That's where the trout are, there's no doubt. That's what he's going to be. He's flipping out there with his bounce rig, back and forth. Notice he just flops it out there. It's a resistance cast. Float it down the edge. It's just a dynamite spot. They have to be there. There you got him. He made a nice long drift, and near the drift he got him. There he is. He's able to get him out of the current and we're into the water. It's a little bit not so fast, and it's much easier to play the fish if you try to get him, if you can get him out of the current. Play him careful though. Don't rush it. And he's going to bring this one to the net also. Now we're down to the final hole that we figured to fish, and we've come down 3 or 4 miles, and this is the last hole we're going to fish. It's a wide open spot. Now, you know, this is Utah, But and they say Montana's a big sky country, but Utah, the sky's pretty big in Utah, and you get the big vista as well. Maybe not as much, but plenty. Dan's caught another one. He's gonna net it. After he nets that, then we're gonna be done. We'll have to walk out. Then we'll release this fish and send him home, and we'll go home right after him down the river to where Dan is parked.